Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're gonna be working a little bit here in the data center because I have some of these awesome Lenovo x3650s Model 2 that I want to put up for sale. I have talked about this in other videos. I just haven't gotten any further doing all these videos and editing and replying to comments and stuff. Well, it takes time, all of it, so well, I do a little bit at a time and I'll show you most of it. So today I'm gonna make these servers similar. I don't sell my best stuff. I sell the stuff that I think that I don't need. I'm gonna make this server ready for sale. I'm gonna put some amount of RAM in it. I haven't really decided yet how much RAM to put in it, but some of the smaller modules, some of the modules that I don't really need myself. So yeah, and a hard drive so that it can boot. More or less just a workable server at some level, and the price should probably reflect that. You don't get a lot of extra money for good stuff when you're selling stuff. So if I fill it up with RAM, it doesn't mean that I can charge a whole lot more for it. It's just a bonus for the person that is buying it, and so it's kind of leveling out stuff for how much do I want to charge for it and how much do I want to give away. So yeah, let's have a look inside this. I was planning on keeping the three top ones and then well, selling the next two, and there is one on the shelf over here as well. It's actually over there, but yep, let's go into the server and see what we have. So over here we have the RAID controller. It's a pretty good one. IBM didn't really tell us which RAID controller this is, but it's I think it's a MR10BM something. I forget. I could look that up. We might have to go into it when we put in a hard drive, so we will see it then. So what else do we have? We have some cards here. These are this is 4 gigabit Fire Channel cards. These are worthless. No one wants to buy these for themselves, but I'm gonna leave those in. I don't need them. I have plenty. So yeah, that's gonna be the extra. If you don't need cards like this, take them out of the server. They do use power in the server. Then we have some other cards. These are Intel network cards. Both of them are dual ports. So yeah, we're just gonna leave those in as well. Then we have the RAM, and that's where I think we will take some of it out. This one is equipped with 16 4 gigabyte blocks, which means that it has 64 gigabytes of memory. I'm not gonna be able to get much extra money for this server if there are 64 gigabytes in it compared to if there is 32 gigabytes in it. So I think we should go with the 32. And then if someone wants to bargain, I could bargain with more RAM. So yeah, let's take this out. Okay, I was sure that I had a lot of 2 gigabyte blocks that I wanted to get rid of, but I can only find 3 modules, so that's not gonna cut it. So, and it seems that I'm actually drowning in 4 gigabyte blocks. So yeah, we're gonna put in some of those. I have a stack here that we can start with. These are just not as cool as the one I took out, so But well, they will work just as fine, no problem. Yeah, and I need to find the lead to make sure that I'm putting these in the right order this time. Last time I fucked that up. That was embarrassing. Okay, this is gonna be quite exciting. I was reading this and I found out that this is 4 GB. It's PC3L RAM. I have no idea if this will boot, but we're gonna try it. If it doesn't work, we'll just go back to whatever was in it before. Okay, and I'm gonna take out a couple of these hard drives. I have no idea what this is. Probably just, yeah, 146 GB hard drives. I use those to play with, so I need those. And we are gonna put in a couple of fillers. It makes it look good, right? And we have to go in and configure this, but turn on. Okay, it is booting, so it's not totally dead. Okay, we're in the BIOS. Let's see what we see. System information, 2 processors, 32 GB of RAM. So that was what I was aiming for, so that's okay. I'm not able to balance this with 32 GB of RAM, but yeah, I was out of those LRAM. I think that was all of them that I put in, and it just came out to be 32 GB. So I'm not going to be able to put any more in that one. The processors, oh, we could see that right there. Processor details are the Intel Xeon, and these are the E5530s, and there are 2.4 GHz quad-core CPUs. So yeah, I need to go configure the rate controller for. Now it only has 1 disk, so let's go in and do that. System settings, adapters and Wi-Fi drivers, enter for list of drivers, and we should see some network cards here. We see the QLogic, the fiber channel driver, and here is the LSI. So that's the one we want, and we want the web BIOS. I've done this many times, but well, people keep asking, and here we can actually see that it's an MR10i rate controller that is in here. It could be important when I have to put this up for sale. Start, and it's complaining it's missing some drives. I know. So we're just gonna configuration wizard, and we're gonna clear configuration there. Next, and it's telling me that it will destroy everything. Yep, that was the general idea. So now we just have one unconfigured good drive, and we will go to configuration wizard again, and we will add configuration. That's great. Manual configuration. Nope. When we are doing something that is really not complicated like this, and there is nothing in it that can go wrong, well, automatic is just great, and we just have to change this to no redundancy and go next and accept that. It's just one single drive, so it's just going to be that. Initializing the drive, and that should be it. So as we learned in one of my previous videos, these CPUs are no longer available to run the latest version of ESXi, and I want to install ESXi on this server just so that the person that gets it can see that something is running there. So I'm gonna put ESXi 6.5 on there, and well, not configure it. It's complaining over here. I believe that is because of the disks. it did actually say something about that out in the BIOS, so I might just want to go check that. This is all fine, we can leave. Exit, we probably have to, yes, we want to get out of here. We're back in the BIOS, and down here it says system configuration restore to default. Okay, that's fine, that's great, thank you very much. So as I'm selling this, I want to go into the IMM adapter here, network configuration. You see all my numbers are here and my host name is there, so let's get rid of that. So let's reset IMM to default, hit it, and yes, it's gonna be saving that. That could take a little bit. We don't need to wait for that, I guess. I think we're good to boot. Do you want to? Yes. And it's gonna be booting, and I'm gonna be pressing F12 to boot from the USB stick. If it doesn't do that by itself, it probably will. Failed the disk drive. Let's see if it's gonna check for legitimacy. It's checking the network cards. It's checking the RAID controller. There you go. And it found our virtual drive here, so that's good. The one we just made. And the LSI, and the QLogic fiber channel card, did not find anything there. Is it gonna find the USB stick? Okay, it did not find, probably the USB stick is not in the boot order, so it wasn't told to go check that. But now when it boots, I'm just gonna press F12 and we'll boot from there. Okay, when it comes to the splash screen, I can press F12 and it will actually remember that. That's awesome. There we are. USB storage, go! And booting the ESXi installation. And we have done this so many times, so we're not gonna. Okay, we could. Nah, I'll install that. Here's actually a nice little overview of what you get. It's an IBM system X3650 M2, and it has 2 of these processors, and it has those 32 gigabytes of RAM. Awesome. Okay, ESXi installed perfectly, no problem. But the server has this exclamation mark here, and I don't like that very much. So I'm booting it again to see if I can figure out what that is. If I check this, it says BRD. I think that's board. Yeah. Wonder if the RAM is teasing me. So let's go into the BIOS and see what error we get. But in the meanwhile, we might as well look at the next server. Same model. I can see from here that there's another RAID controller in there. And less RAM. Maybe 2 gigabyte block. Okay, we will see what we can do with that. Okay, in the post-event viewer here it says that system configuration restored to default. Probably because I cut power to it in a bad manner, probably, and it's the date is wrong, and the CMOS battery has failed. So that's probably what it's complaining about. So, well, there's not much point in actually putting in the time and date before I replace the CMOS battery, because it will not be able to save the time and date until that is done. So time and date, let's see what it thinks. 2001, that's not gonna cut it. So I'll boot this and get a battery for it. Well, in this next server, I think I have a good option to see me. That's a 4 gigabyte block. This one, that's also a 4 gigabyte. 4 gigabyte. Oh, I thought I saw some 2s. Okay, let's leave this in. I'll just put that back in, and we'll just add a bit. This is 24 gigabytes of memory, so we'll just add a little bit to get up to some more. So this is 1 block per bank in each of the 2 CPUs. So if we add a little bit more, so 24, if we add 6 blocks more, we get up to 48 gigabytes of memory. Probably better. Oh, and now it's raining. Holy crap. The lawnmower is gonna get pissed. Okay, I was just out here. Whoa. That's wet. Okay, so this one has got, oh, what is that? 12 times 4, so that's 48 gigabytes of memory. So a little bit more than the other one. I might have to look at the battery in this one as well. Memory is good in this one, just have to check the hard drive. Perfect. It's a 146 gigabyte drive. So cool. We will power that and replace this battery and set the time, and we should be good to go. Okay, I just went out and checked up on the little robot, and he couldn't care less about the rain. Still cutting the grass out there. But I found a new battery for this. Right there, one of these little. This is a CR2032. This one, I don't know where. I've tried to replace something at some point and I had it laying around. I just went down into the basement, checked that it had good voltage. It had 3.3 volts, so that's more than good enough. It's pretty simple. You ever so slightly squeeze it out. Ever so slightly there, without breaking the blue plastic. That's a bad idea. And you put in the new one like that, and you pop it into place, and that should be it. Let's pop the cover on and see if we're good to go. Okay, let's see what power we have on the old battery. 0.36. That's not enough, so it is the battery that has failed. The yellow exclamation mark is gone. So with a new battery, it's happy. So I'm gonna change to the next server and fix that up. But so the Lenovo x3650 Model 2 is really a really awesome server. I said in my last video that you could replace the CPUs and put in some x5650s, and that is correct. I just happened to say that you could also put in some 5690s, or at least I pointed in that direction that you could put in some bigger CPUs, and those were the biggest one. And they are the biggest ones, but it seems they're using too much power for the M2. The M2 is good to up about a TDP of 95 watts per CPU, and the X3690 is 130. That's the same for the X3680, which is also 130. The best CPU, I read in the comments of the last video, should be the X5675, which is a 6-core 3.06 gigahertz CPU. So maybe get that one. I have already in the meantime put this up for sale while I've been recording and fixing and doing and looking after the lawnmower and stuff. So yep, next weekend I'm gonna check the next one, make sure that that's okay before we set it up for sale. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.